Hi everybody, I'm Kimberly Edwards with cookingwithkimberly.com, and tonight I'm going to show you an interesting recipe that I just thought of in my head. We often buy fish that's like a white fish, okay, and it's relatively inexpensive. You often don't know what to do with it. You know, sometimes people don't enjoy it. Sometimes you want to soak it in milk to get a little bit of fishy flavor out. Let's be real, everyone buys stuff that sometimes, you know, isn't the most awesome, most expensive thing. Got me? So you gotta doctor things up and make them taste better, okay? So tonight, I'm looking at fish in my freezer and I don't know what to do with it, and I just don't really feel like it. So what I'm gonna do is, I have defrosted these nice fillets, okay? I have 3 really tiny ones and 1 kind of big one, okay? And these are just white fish. I think these are, it's either pollock or whitefish or basa or something like that. Anyway, it's just a plain old whitefish. Sorry. It's sole. They're sole fish, okay? Washing my hands. Sit tight. Hold on. Now, just to be difficult and different, I guess, instead of just breading them, frying them, flopping them in a sandwich, I'm not going to do that tonight. Tonight I'm going to do a little bit something different. So I've defrosted them, and I have my nice rocking knife, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to chop these raw fish fillets into nice little chunks, kind of like how you would do for, kind of like how you would do for like ground meat. So you would make a burger. I'm going to do fish burgers tonight, but I'm going to use the ground fish instead of just a fillet. So I'm just going to start rough chopping these. These are boneless, these are skinless, so don't even worry about that. Got to use a little more force than I had anticipated, and that's cool with me. Alright, so you're just chopping them into nice chunks because I'm going to add, you know, some breadcrumbs and whatever, spices, so that I can form them into nice burger-shaped burgers and eat them like that, fish burgers. And we're going to put tartar sauce on, you can put ketchup on them, you can put hot sauce on them, lettuce, tomato, cheese, you can melt cheese on it, you can use different kinds of buns. You can use different kinds of fish. You could use salmon for this if you wanted to. I've done different kinds of fish and it works nice. You can use these with shrimp or crab or lobster even if you wanted to. I don't like doing that more often than not because I just really enjoy seafood, and I think that it should be enjoyed in its most pure form most of the time. So pretty much here what we've got is a white fish, I don't know, for lack of a better term, tartare kind of thing going on, okay? Basa and sole and some of these, when they defrost, they're very wet fish. So make sure you remove any of that extra liquid from the plate that defrosted or whatever. Soak it up with some clean paper towels so that the fish is somewhat dry and you don't have a whole big wet water mess, because you don't want to fry wet stuff. You want it to be, you know, stick together. So fish naturally, it's a protein that sticks together. So like if a piece of fish and a piece of fish are together, they usually will stick together if you cook them on top of each other. So I'm using that principle in this here. And this looks like it's probably, I don't know, let's guesstimate. I would say that's about 2 cups or 2 1/4 cups of white fish meat. And I'm going to wash my hands quickly, and I'm going to remove this, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to season it up, okay? Sit tight, everybody. Okay. Awesome. Okay, so I'm back. Here's my fish. I have it in like in a nice little bowl, okay? And what I would like to do is I would like to add some nice filling to it, like some breadcrumbs to soak up a little bit of that extra wetness. Can you hold on 1 second? I have a dog outside. Just a moment. Come on in, darling. Cool. Quiet, everybody. Thank you. All right, so I'm going to season this up now. I'm going to add some. Out of the kitchen, please. Okay, I'm going to add some freshly cracked black pepper. To it. I'm also going to add some nice dill. Dill and probably some parsley. Can you guys see me? I'm all on the side here. Sorry I didn't have everything ready because I'm just winging it. This is what you do in your kitchen. I'm letting you in on secrets. Look at this. Okay, I'm just sprinkling some parsley. I'm going to sprinkle some dill because I like dill with fish. If you have lemon pepper, you can always use lemon pepper as well. I think I'm going to add a little bit of cayenne pepper. Okay. So into this mix, I'm going to add, what is this? I just busted up some breadcrumbs, and I think that's probably a cup. So let's just kind of measure it so you guys know. You have a nice idea of what's going on. Okay. Oh, that's not a cup. That's about a half cup. We're going to see how that goes. So I'm going to use, actually I'm probably just sprinkle in about a quarter cup right now. All right, close this off. All right, you can also, what I'm going to do, hold on a second. Have some lime. I'm just going to roll it. It's a fresh lime. Rolling it, rolling citrus gently releases some of the juices inside of it, so it's easier to juice, okay? Hold on. See how I'm winging it? I like lime. I like lemon with fish. That's just an easy, simple one, right? But lime, try using lime. You'll be happy. You will be very, very happy. Okay. When you use a half a lime, I'm just going to squeeze that in. It brightens up your flavor of your fish. It also covers up any fishy flavor if there is. Hopefully you don't, because you want to have nice fresh fish. All right. Okay. And I think that's how I'm going to rock that. Pretty simple, I think. That's how I'm going to go. Now, I'm going to use my hands. Use my hands to mix this up, just like ground meat, okay? And just guesstimate how it feels, wetness-wise, with those breadcrumbs. And I think I'm going to have to add the remaining amount. So, here we go. In they go. Let it soak up. If you want, you can allow this fish mixture to sit for about 5 minutes after you mix it all together, so make sure that your breadcrumbs really soak up any of that little extra liquid. You don't want it to fall apart. If it's too wet, it's just going to fall apart in the pan. Like, your patties are going to fall apart. You're going to be so mad at me, it's not even funny. So listen up so you don't be mad at me and your fish works out. So you're going to add these breadcrumbs, let them sit. Make sure it's not totally wet and sopping. Like, if you need more breadcrumbs, add them. Don't be scared. Okay, so I'm just grabbing a heap of it, right? And I'm just going to form it into patties. And they look nice. They look beautiful. Here they are. Let me show you. And what I'd like to do is I'd like to then dredge them in another coating of some kind, just to help hold it all together even more, okay? So I'm going to make two of these and reform them so they're even, okay? This is for din din. Okay. Let's have even patties so no one is all sad. Okay. So form your patty and form 2 patties, okay? Perfect. And you're doing it just like you would a hamburger, right? All right. Sorry, it's kind of silent. There's nothing really to say other than you're going to make a ball. You're going to squish it into a hockey puck shape. And then you're just going to even out the edges and the rounds so that there's no gaping holes or anything. Now it's a nice patty, okay? All right, in this bowl, I have some oatmeal. They're quick oats, okay? So like that, 5-minute oatmeal or whatever you have. You don't just have to eat it for breakfast. You can use it for other things too, okay? So what I did is I just busted it up in the food processor for about, I don't know, a minute maybe, and I got a nice little crumb mixture, okay? So this crumb mixture is going to coat the outside of my fish cakes. It's going to impart flavor. It's going to allow me to pan fry them so that the outside is nice golden brown and crispy, has something to brown and crisp. Fish that's brown isn't really taste nice, so let's make the coating taste nice, cool? And you're just going to pan fry them in the pan, and I'm going to show you that in a second. But what I've done, so I have these crumbs, and I just season them. Pepper, I don't really put a lot of salt because sometimes these fish can be very salty. They're from the ocean, first of all. Secondly, sometimes in the preserving and things like that, they add a little salt just to keep the baddies out. So it's kind of salty. I don't like salty fish. It's not my thing. It's not what I'm looking for. So, yeah, no salt. I put some spice in there. I put a little bit of other seasoning. And I'm just going to dredge these patties in this oatmeal mixture, okay? It also will help to form a crust to hold everything together in case it's a little too moist or it's not going to hold, okay? So I'm coating it, making sure everything is coated, and here's your pretty little fish cake patty. I'm going to rinse and repeat with the other one, okay? All right, you don't need a whole lot of the oatmeal crumbs, really. I think that was maybe about a cup of oatmeal that I used, and then I busted it up, okay? If you want to add a little more on the outside, make sure it sticks nice. All right, stick, stick, stick. Stay together. Awesome. This goes in the garbage. You cannot use it again. Please don't freeze it unless you're gonna like do fish tomorrow, and I don't know, just still don't do it. Just make enough breadcrumbs you need for dredging or whatever. Don't waste them, but throw it out after. You got fish juice in here, okay? If you do pork, throw it out. Don't keep it. Chicken, same thing. Don't keep your crumbs. Cool? All right. Keep you healthy. Washing my hands. Hold it sit tight. Okay. I'm about to fry them up. Sit tight. Hi everybody, I'm back. Now what I've done is I put those fish patties into the fridge for about 15 minutes. Now you can go 30 minutes, an hour, I don't know, you can go half the day if you want to. The whole point of what I was explaining and what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make sure I'm making every effort I can to keep that fish patty together, okay, in that pan, because it might have a tendency to fall apart, especially because it has more liquid. So again, I just put them in the fridge to cool them down, keep them a little bit more firm. On the stove, I have a, medium to large size frying pan, and it is on medium low heat right now. I put about 1.5 tablespoons of olive oil in here. You can use butter if you want to, or a mixture of butter and olive oil would probably be better. But that's what I did, and that's what I'm doing. So I'm about to throw these guys in the pan. And this is what they look like. Here's the patties. They look nice. They're nice and firm. That's great. So what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to achieve a golden brown color and cook those fish patties all the way through, which shouldn't be too difficult to do because fish just naturally cooks very, very quickly, okay? It's a protein that cooks quickly. So into the pan they go. All right. Into that oil. If you think you need more oil, big deal. Put some more oil in it. I mean, it's not rocket science. There's no big formula to it. Just if it looks like it's dry, put some more in. Put it away from it so that you're not just putting cold oil right next to it because it tends to suck in, and then you have all this really oily crust. It's not cool. But you want that to heat up before you kind of let it go near those patties. And you can hear it sizzling. Sounds beautiful, right? All right, so that's just gonna go. It'll probably take me, I don't know, 4 minutes aside to get a golden brown color. We'll see, right? We'll see. I'll let you know. Hold on. All right. As a side note, I'm not using burger buns tonight. I don't have them, and it doesn't matter. I often don't use burger buns because I don't feel like you have to all the time. Big deal. So today I'm using this beautiful crusty Italian bread that I got, and we're going to use that as our bread. But since it's nice and thin, and it'll fall apart if it's too moist, right? So I want to toast these bad boys just a little bit. And how I'm going to do that is not in the oven, not in a Freddy, not in the toaster, because I don't want to really dry it out. And I also want to kind of coat the outside with just a little something, make it a little golden on the outside and beautiful, right? And how I'm going to do that is in a frying pan, a large frying pan. Now right now it's dry, there's nothing in there. It's heated on like lowest heat, okay? I'm going to put about, let me see. Yeah, maybe a tablespoon, maybe 3/4 of a tablespoon of olive oil. I'm going to grab one of my basting brushes, one of these bad boys, and I'm just going to swirl that around the pan to make sure it's evenly distributed. That actually might be a little too much oil, but whatever, we'll deal. Show you how to deal with that too. Okay, this is real cooking. All right, into the pan goes my bread, okay? You're gonna line it up. You don't want it to get super brown. You don't wanna burn it. I have 3 pieces in here. It's hard to fit 4, darn it. It's okay. There we go. So 4 is in. And I'm just soaking up a little bit of the oil. Since I had a little too much, I'm going to do that, and I'm going to immediately flip them over so that it can suck up the oil on the other side of the bread. Now, if you put just the right amount, you're awesome. That's great. Before you flip it over, you're going to have to put a little bit more oil on the sides, let it drool in, and you're just going to coat it. So I'm just toasting it in here lightly. It's kind of like how I do homemade croutons, okay? I chop them up, I put them in the pan with some olive oil, some seasoning, and you let them just kind of brown up. You flip them halfway through. You do it on very low heat so that you don't accidentally forget and then you burn them really, really quickly. Okay, I'm just going to peek on these fish cakes. They look beautiful on one side so far. Nice and golden brown. Almost where I want it to be. On the back burner, I have Brussels sprouts going. They've been parboiling, okay, for maybe, I don't know, 5 minutes. And I'm going to put another 3 minutes on them and check it to see if they're fork tender, right? This frying pan is very hot, even though it's on low heat, the one with the bread. So use some tongs or some flipper or something. Don't be here like I just did and burn yourself, okay? If you think you might need a little bit more oil, go ahead and do that. Now they're already started to toast. They're getting beautifully toasted quickly. Okay, make sure that you know where your hot spots are on your element or your frying pan if you have them. Okay. Now, if you want to, just to make life easier, you can also take a little bit of that olive oil. Tiny, tiny bit, be careful. And just brush it over top of those toasts on the top, instead of just pouring it directly into the frying pan. You know, that could work too. Good stuff. All right. So, now, let's check this fish one more time. I have this fish now on a very low heat. It's like medium low. It's actually low. It's just low. Let's just say low. And I'm flipping them over. They're a beautiful color. Let me bring one over to show you. That's what I'm looking for, is a golden brown color. Okay? So now I flip them. If your pan at this point looks too dry, in other words, not enough oil, put a little bit more oil on the sides, just for good measure. Keep an eye on your bread. Flip it over maybe if you have to. No, that's good, still on that side. Good, I'm glad it's going slowly. My fish cakes are halfway done, probably more than halfway done. The second side usually doesn't take quite as long as the first side. Okay, hold on. Okay, that's hot. The Brussels sprouts, I love the small Brussels sprouts. Okay, fork, tender, let me see. They're beautiful bright green. Again, you can put lemon juice in them if you want to. A little, just a squirt, to keep them nice and bright, fresh. This is so hot, please don't burn yourself. No laughing if I burn myself. Those are perfect. Those are getting turned off. Okay, I'm going to drain them right quick. Sit tight, I'll be right back with these. Now, I didn't use a lot of water, so you don't have a lot of water to strain. That's great. Super hot. There's my timer telling me that my Brussels sprouts are done, so I was pretty close, right? All right, here we go. Where's my wooden spoon? Right here. You're going to put some butter in those Brussels sprouts. Okay, that's all my butter tonight, darn it. You're going to put some, I put quite a bit of salt in that water, and they're perfectly seasoned that way with the kosher salt. And I'm just going to put some freshly cracked black pepper. Put that lid back on. Make sure you don't burn yourself. And then I just shake it up to stir it, right? I do the same thing with green beans. My mom does the same thing with when she boils potatoes. And she serves them that way. All right, so there you go. There's Brussels sprouts, boiled / steamed, I don't know what you want to call it. Salt, pepper, butter, you're going to love it. It's a great side dish. Tonight I'm serving my Brussels sprouts with these beautiful fish cakes, fish burgers, I guess you would call them, not cakes. They're fish burgers. And then we have some freshly toasted bread in the frying pan with olive oil on it. We're going to top it with a beautiful, I don't know, creamy, yummy something. And I'll show you that recipe too later. But yeah, that's how you do Brussels sprouts. And my fish cakes are almost done. Okay, actually I think this one is probably already done. So I'll get back to you in a minute with the finished product. Yeah. This evening I'm going to show you how to make a spicy chili cilantro-lime mayo for like fish sandwiches or anything kind of interesting like that. You can also use it for dips, for chips, and different cool things. You could probably use it on enchiladas and any kind of Mexican flavored things. Okay, so here we go. I am going to use, let's say, 3 heaping tablespoons of mayonnaise, just to make sure we have enough for all kinds of things, right? Next, I'm going to, this is cilantro, so I've washed it and I've patted it dry, and now I'm just going to finely mince this, okay? So it's going to be a beautiful green color. Awesome. Now, you can leave them more chunky if you want to, if you don't care, but I want mine like somewhat, a little bit more homogeneous, and I want it to be like a beautiful green pop on my sandwich, okay? I'm also going to serve my sandwich with lime and cilantro probably on the side, so you can add more of it, or whoever is there can add more of it, okay? All right, about a quarter of a lime, the juice of a quarter of a lime, or half a lime if you want to, if you really like it limey. All right, make sure you get all that juice in. Even the pulp isn't a bad thing to get in there, okay? Because that'd be beautiful. All right, rinse my hands off. Next, freshly cracked black pepper, as much as you like. I like a lot of freshly cracked black pepper. Bear with me. Beautiful. All right, now I'm going to add a little bit of cayenne pepper. Now, you can use chili powder. You can use the cayenne. You can use chipotle. You can use ancho chili. You can use whatever you like. Tonight, that's what I want to use. And I'm going to add a couple dashes of hot sauce. If you have Tabasco, you can use Tabasco, or any kind of hot sauce you want. If you have sriracha and you don't have like regular Louisiana style hot sauce, no big deal, right? And I need to use, here's my spoon. And I'm just going to stir this up. Now you might need a bit of salt, possibly, if you really like salt. But I don't really like my fish salty. It just reminds me of salty fish, and it's not really the kind of fish I like. So this is what it looks like. Beautiful. Let me taste it quickly. Taste test. That's, wow. That's perfect. In fact, I'm gonna add, not perfect. I like mine really, really spicy. Add a little bit more spice. One more dash of hot sauce or two. And more black cracked pepper. The cilantro in there is awesome. That's enough cilantro. I would say that was probably about a tablespoon and a half after you finally minced it of fresh cilantro. This is just for me tonight, so big deal. Awesome. Wow. It's like sweet and tangy and spicy and peppery. It's awesome. Try this out. This is really, really good. So I'm going to call it, what am I going to call it? Spicy lime cilantro mayo for spread. I don't know. That's what it is. So there you go. To finish cooking my patties, they were both golden. They were golden brown on both sides. But I just wanted to be sure that the center was completely done. So I put it in my oven for like, I don't know, like 3 or 4 minutes. And I put it on broil, okay, the high broil, just to finish it cooking and browning, right? And I'm going to take that to show you. So here they come. Right. Sizzling, sizzling. Okay, one I put cheese on because One person likes cheese, so I put cheese on one, and I just let it broil on top, and so it melted, and it's perfect. So I'm going to show you the one without the cheese, how to assemble, what I'm going to do to assemble it. Now, I just created a video for you guys for this spicy cilantro-lime mayo spread for the fish sandwich, or for other whatever cool things that you can use it for, okay? All right, where's my bread? My bread has been toasted in the frying pan on the stove with olive oil. Now it's just nice and, you know, firm, okay, crispy. Not overly done. I don't like it overly toasted. It hurts the roof of your mouth. It's not cool at all. Okay, so onto this bread, I'm going to spread this lovely mayo that's like, it has cilantro in it, it has cayenne pepper in it, it has hot sauce in it, it has lime in it. It's a beautiful thing. And I'm generous with this right now because it's going to be so good. Okay, perfect. So I've got it here. You can put it on both sides if you want. I don't need to do that. I just put like a million tablespoons on there. Okay, so onto my bread goes my fish patty that's beautifully browned. Let me show you how lovely it looks. Lovely, right? Okay, onto here it goes. There. Remove this out the way. Super hot. Be careful. Use your oven mitts. Okay. And onto this. If you had tomato, you can put tomato on, but I didn't have tomato tonight. I have lettuce, and that's what I'm putting on. Lettuce. Here goes my lettuce. Fresh, clean, washed, patted dry with paper towels. Got me. Okay. Onto there goes my beautiful lettuce. I'm probably going to sprinkle, just knowing me, I'm going to sprinkle some more hot sauce on the top. I'm also, you don't have to, but I want to, I'm putting cilantro on top of mine because I love more cilantro, the better for me. And I'm also going to squirt mine, or serve it. I guess I'll serve it with a wedge of lime on the side, okay? So I'm going to show you how it looks served on the side like that. It's beautiful. Now tonight, you know, you could serve French fries, you can serve whatever you want with this, a side salad or something cool, but that's what it looks like. It's a beautiful thing. I'm going to take a picture for you for the website and the recipe, the blog post. But yeah, tonight I'm serving Brussels sprouts with it, so deal with that. Okay, that's what's up. So anyway, that's how you make fish cakes like this, the fish burgers. I don't know if to call them fish cakes or burgers, but tonight I'm going to call them, I guess I'm going to call them burgers. So that's how you make the burgers. And it has that spicy lime cilantro mayo spread on it. Serve it with cilantro, lettuce, tomato, a lime wedge, and you are golden, good to go. It's a beautiful thing. My bread, I can't wait to eat it. Fresh, crusty Italian bread. All right, everybody, so experiment with the different kinds of fish you can use. You can experiment with the different seasonings you put inside, the different kind of crumbs you put inside, the different kind of crumbs that you bread it with, to dredge it with, different oils in the pan. What else can you do? Different breads. You can use different citrus fruits. You know what? Have fun. Please have fun. Experiment. Be a champion in your kitchen and eat deliciously. Follow me on Twitter at Cooking with Kim E with capital E. Check me out on Facebook. It's facebook.com/cookingwithkimberly. And my shows are on YouTube, youtube.com/cookingwithkimberly. The site is cookingwithkimberly.com. Hope you check me out, okay, everybody? Eat deliciously. Bye.